welcome to DM Astrology. You all are welcome in my channel DM Astrology. In the series of yearly prediction 2022, we are now reached to the sixth sign, that is Virgo. We all know Virgo is very enthusiastic and very young dashing sign. That is why in the Sanskrit it is called Kanya. Kanya means a virgin girl. So here they are a very thoughtful people, as the Lord is a Mercury. The difference between the Gemini Mercury and the Virgo Mercury is that Gemini has an air based sign, so there are more of a thoughts and illusion, whereas here in the Virgo it is a stability, it is a earth based sign, so people having more stability in this sign. So Virgo people having a more stability, how their year will be, let us see. First of all, we discuss what are the planetary positions they are having. While discussing the first of all, the Virgo people, the Ketu is moving from 3rd house to 2nd house, and simultaneously Rahu is moving from 9th house to 8th house. That is not so favorable position of a Rahu, but as a sign of a Mercury, Rahu doesn't cause much harm. But you all have to keep the watch on your fear, because it is only fear and apprehension, no reality lies. So that is the one thing. While talking about the Saturn is already transiting from your 5th house, then in the April, and it will move to your 6th house. Again it will come back to your 5th house by 12th July 2022. So that is also average position of a Saturn. And Jupiter, who is in the 6th house, then in the April 14 it will go to your 7th house. That is bit relief. Your Jupiter is moving from 5th house, 6th house to 7th house. That is something better for you for the health prospect. So overall this is an average year, not going to have a much better time or not going to have any worse time. So it is like a balance of a year, so don't expect much thing, but at least there will be less suffering, that is confirmed. So let us see now a year 2002 ahead for you all Virgo people. Starting with the health aspect. As I already mentioned you that Rahu is moving from your 9th house to 8th house. So that is only going to give you a fear and anxiety, no reality. It will only give you a fear and anxiety. And Ketu is coming in 2nd house, so unable to express what kind of a feelings you are having. So that is somewhat a dry that you will be going to face. So be alert, be focused that what you have to communicate, what you are suffering, you should immediately communicate to your near dear one. That is one thing you have to keep in the mind. Simultaneously related to the health, now Jupiter after the April 22 it will come to the 7th house, expecting your own sign, so that will be a full-fledged stability in the health aspect. So health aspect, no worries, even though Saturn comes to your 6th house for the 3-4 months, but Jupiter will protect you. So not to worry about the position of your health. Health related, it is a quite good year, only not to keep any fear in the mind, that is you have to keep. Related to the wealth, see, related to the wealth or financial growth, whatever you are planning, do plan before April 13th, 2022. Because thereafter the Ketu will come in your 2nd house, you will not able to plan, you will not able to realize where to focus about the wealth, where to focus about the financial planning. So related to the finance, financial transaction, anything you have to take from others, anything you have to pending to pay others, at least try to settle that all the matters of a finance related things before April 2022. So that after that when Ketu comes, you will not find your expected result related to the wealth or growth in the financial matter. So plan accordingly so that you will not face any problem. Related to the relationship, it is showing that relationship wise, being the Ketu is coming in the 2nd house, it may be dry up some of a relationship, which present relation, current relation you are running good, it may be, it is a close, near and dear relation only. because it's a second house, it is your own blood relationship. So your close relationship, blood relationship, there may be some gap, misunderstanding or dryness you may feel. It is only apprehension and feelings, not such a reality you will be able to see, but very conscious about your speech and whatever you able to express clearly, so that it won't create any miscommunication. Related to the education, it is a overall good time for you. As the 5th house Saturn, it will left for only 3 months. Again, it will come back to your 5th house Saturn. So, normal education, you have a good time. Simultaneously, if you are planning for the higher education, that is also permissible, that is also positive for you. So, 100% you will be benefited from the higher education, as well as your routine education will not be in dispute, obstructed. So don't worry about your education part, you will be through in this year. Related to the love and affair, this is also something better, that if you already feel something about someone, then you should express this time before April, because thereafter the second house Ketu will not allow you to express what your feelings is there. So it is my humble request that if you are feeling something for someone, then you should communicate prior to April, so that it will reach to the right place. Related to the disease, if you are facing any disease currently, then it will be a bit relief for you. There is no much disease wise suffering at the moment. Although the Jupiter in the 6th house is causing somewhat a growth in your body, but once the Saturn will come for 3 months, that is a time where you will find the real cause and you will be able to control. Because after the April, the Jupiter will leave this 6th house and Saturn will come. So it will create the and clean the things which is created by the Jupiter. So not to worry about any disease. You will be finding some relief in your disease. Related to the children, if you are worried about your children, you don't have to worry. This is again a continuation of a Saturn in your 5th house. It may be delayed but not been denied. So don't worry about things. Continue doing your efforts. You will be getting good result from your children. Whatever you are expecting from your children, 100% you will be getting result. But it put lot of efforts, as well as it may be delay. Only delay is causing the problem. But for the 3 months when Saturn will move from here, and when it come back with the retrogression mode, it will be very powerful and it will be giving all your dues. So related to the children, or those who are planning also for the children, entire year is benefit for you. So you don't have to worry. Anytime you take a plan, anytime you take the delivery time, it is good for you and not going to cause any problem. So related to children, child pleasure, you will be not facing any problem. Good time. Then related to the job, those who are doing the job, this is a year good for you. As the Saturn is coming for a certain period for 3 months, you will be paid your dues. Jupiter is there, although Jupiter is there, so if you are expecting for financial growth, take the financial growth till April. Because till the time you may be getting financial benefit, thereafter your work will be appreciated, position wise you may be getting lifting. And once the Saturn will move retrograde from 6th house, it will again give you an opportunity. So entire year for the job, it is a good time. Whatever you are expecting, take the call by April, so that you will be getting good benefit for the rest of the year. So you should plan for the job change or job promotion, anything financial growth or anything in the position wise, you may expect positive result. Coming to the marriage, if you are already planning for the marriage, if you already communicated someone, this is a time. Saturn in 5th house, Jupiter in your 7th house, both are giving you assurance about your marriage. So do expedite the communication. If you have already seen some proposal, this is a time to communicate and finalize. So entire year is for you, whether it is Jupiter in the 7th house is coming for after the April, or whether the Saturn will remain during that period, whole year is good for the marriage. As well as if you are finding any difficulties in the marriage life, current marriage, that also will be relief, that also will be clear all the misunderstanding, and there will be a chances of reunion. So obviously you should try for the reunion and not to go for the further dispute. Related to the foreign traveling or foreign settlement, that is also a good result you may be finding during the period. As the Rahu is moving from your 9th house, anything is obstructed for the foreign traveling, foreign settlement, for your citizenship, for your PR, it is a time for you to clear all your pending things. So if you are already being applied, then you can follow up after the April. If you are going to apply, it is better that you plan after the April 2022 only, so as to get the desired result in particular time frame. So you can move to the foreign countries, whether it is for education, whether it is for the work visa, and if you are planning for the settlement also, it is a good time for you. So that is positive for you. Related to the business, those who are doing business and profession, again this is a promising year. As in your 10th house there is no planetary changes in this year, and you will be having a good Jupiter in 7th house, always being boosting to your work. So anything which business and profession you are planning, then it is a time to execute. If you are already in the process of a growth, that is also a time. Presently it is also a time for you to initiate or execute the work. So business, profession, growth in business, expansion, this is an expected year. You may be getting good result. Related to the investment, as now I already mentioned, from your prospect of the Jupiter and Saturn, this is a good year for the investment. So anything that you are investing, anything you are planning for the investment, plan for the long term. As the Saturn is already there in your 5th house, anything in the long term planning, long term investment will be good. So for the investment, plan for the long term, you will be benefited for this. Long term means more than 3 years or 5 years. Anything in the expenses, not expecting any sudden expenses, so bit relief. No loss, no sudden expenditure, so be relief with the expenses, expenditure or anything in the losses. You are quite relief for this and not going to face any uncertain expenditure which you might be facing in this 2021. For remedy, what kind of a remedy is there? It is a Rahu. Because Rahu is then coming to your 8th house, you may start from now onwards. You can pray Lord Shiva, you can pray Bhairava, you can pray Mahamrityunjay mantra. This is all the bit relief. You can chant Om Namah Shivaya, you can chant the Rahu mantra, you can chant the Mahamrityunjay mantra. This all will be benefit as a Rahu in the 8th house. And best is to do the meditation, dhyana, yoga. This will also bring a good luck. So whenever you get a time, just sit idly and keep some time for meditation and concentration. That will be good relief for you for entire year. Related to the house purchasing or property purchasing, if you are planning for any property purchasing, this is a time you may purchase, but it's not a compulsory or mandatory. It's not showing any positive response. You have to take an initiative, you have to put the efforts, then you can able to buy. It is not showing any opportunity, but you may create opportunity by putting lots of efforts. So it's not compulsory, but you may have an option to buy a house or premises for the commercial activity. Related to the litigation, if you are already facing some litigation, that will going to end. As the Jupiter is moving from the 6th house, this is a good sign, and then Saturn for the 3 months it is coming your 6th house, that will be good sign that you will be finding some amicable settlement. As the Saturn comes, you may be getting a justice. Saturn is basically for the justice, so you may be getting a justice, so it will be a good time for you to resolve all the dispute that you are facing. So for the litigation, it is a time after the April 2022 to resolve your dispute and come out from litigation. Related to the social and friend circle, yes, it is an average year. You may not be finding a good improvement in your social circle or friend circle. It will be just as par as current year. It's not going to a good happening year. Only when the Jupiter come after the April 2022, your 7th house, then some movement you will be finding. But still, the social activity, friends, and social circle, social media is not being so much favorable or positive. Just don't expect some miracle in the field of a social and spiritual matter. Related to the spirituality, yes, it is a good time for you. As the Rahu is coming in the 8th house, this is the time for occult, research, spirituality. This is a good time. That is why I already offer you to do meditation, dhyana, yoga. So for research and development, this is a good time. You can indulge in the spiritual activity. This is good. Related to the religious or social activity, this will not so favorable here. Although all the pending things, because Rahu was there till 4 months in your 9th house, so all the pending things which you supposed to do in the earlier year, that may be complete, that you can focus, that will be happening. But not special any activity you may plan or you may able to perform. Those who are into the name, fame and recognition field, in the public life, they may be also gain after the Jupiter come to your 7th house, so that whatever the work you have done, perform in the field of a name, fame and recognition, you may be rewarded. So all your previous work will be appreciated, so you may continue doing the previous work, and that will be giving you a good name, fame and recognition. Related to the accident and mischief, this is an apprehension and fear only as a Rahu in the 8th house, but not real anything is there. Don't involve your mind in thinking of such a negativity, but better to keep positive thoughts, do the meditation, to continuous chanting, so that no negative vibration will come to you. So related to the accident and mischief, it is not going to face you any problem. Just relax, you will not face any problem. And related to the hospitalization or any that things you have to do is also bit relief. There is no unexpected expenditure you will be there. Yeah, there will be a slow progress till the Jupiter is in 6th house or Saturn will come in 6th house, but it will not going to cause you any harm. So related to any unexpected event, accident, mischief, hospitalization or anything in the sudden events, it will not going to harm you anything. So this is all about your year, that 2022, how it will be there. Hope you will be getting the all expected good result during this period, but it is an average year. You have to be focused on many things which you wish to do and put lot of efforts for this. For such a kind of information, you may always contact me, or for consultation you may always contact me in the WhatsApp number given here. You may connect with me in my website www.dmastrology.com, or you may follow me in my Facebook page or Dharmesh Mehta or DM Astrology or Dharmesh Mehta page. So this is all the about the Virgo sign for 2022. I hope you like this video, share with others and subscribe my channel DM Astrology. Thank you very much. God bless you. Namaste.